I want to play you the Denzel Washington clip. This is like a day after he's on with Stephen A. Smith on First Take, and now off of First Take, he sounds quite a bit different than he did on First Take. Let's play the clip.
I mean, listen, Shakur can play, for real. And everybody's got an opinion. In fact, we live in a world of opinionaires. That's what I call them, opinionaires. They're all the shows, a bunch of guys, and a couple of them that have played, but most of them who have an opinion about what something should be when they haven't done it. Those who can do, those who can't talk about those who can. Those who have know what they're talking about. Those who haven't don't. Period. That's how I feel about it. Too much talking. Too much talking. Everybody got an opinion. Yeah. Everybody's sitting around getting fat, thinking they know how to do it. Just because you can sit behind a desk and chit-chat doesn't mean you can do a damn thing.
Those are bars.
Serious.
Just...
Come get up here with me. Let's find out. Come get in the gym with me. Let's find out.
I mean,
I don't mean you.
We saw you.
But I can throw my hands. I can do it. I can sure do it. I can do it for real. I don't talk about it.
Well, let me leave you on this.
I'm not some skinny kid, who never played a day in his life, and now he can get back at everybody because he got a mic in his face and show.
Is Denzel clearly, to me, seems to be talking about Stephen A. Smith, but the fat deal made me think of a certain fat sports writer that I know. Anyway, your ruling on this. Am I included in this diss?
I do believe you caught some shrapnel, but why is Denzel acting like he's Roy Jones? I've seen him work out, believe it or not. He used to be at a gym run by Terry Claiborne. He was okay for an actor. He looked good against air. We all do. So because you practice boxing, well, that makes me Bruce Lee then. I work out every week too. I mean, honestly,
I think wasn't Denzel a college football player? Was he?
Well, so were you, though. Well,
yeah, I know.
Jason, in your defense, and again, I'm going to defend you, and I'm not doing this just because you pay me pretty well. This is a fact. About 2% of all people that play high school football get a college scholarship. A Division I, you got one. People say what you want, but it's Ball State, doesn't matter. A lot of people out there that rip you, I always say, well, yeah, you can rip Jason Whitlock. You might even deserve it sometimes. How many of you have gotten a Division I scholarship to play football? Hands go down, right? Most of you play fantasy football. You've never played football beyond 12th grade. But anyway, enough kissing your butt. But the other thing, and I like Denzel. I think Malcolm X in Philadelphia, the range that he showed in a 2-year stretch is unbelievable. But wait a minute. Denzel, your job is to act like people that aren't you. What are you talking about? Let's not act like you've done act. Let's not portray yourself as someone that's that important. You're an actor. That's it. You've gotten extremely rich. And by the way, have you never given an opinion on something you've never done? Jason, I've gone to restaurants and haven't liked the meal. And you know what? I don't have a Michelin star to my credit. But guess what? I'm going to give my opinion of a meal if you're giving me salmonella. Honestly, this whole notion that you had to have done it to criticize. Okay, so if you don't like President Trump, I'm going to ask you this. What office have you guys served?
Good point. Here would be my other point I would add to Denzel would be like, hey, look, and I'm going to defend a lot of sports writers that never played the game, that were awesome, excellent sports writers. As far as I know, John Feinstein was never an athlete. And John Feinstein's a guy that blocked me on Twitter, doesn't like me, went so woke, and I've gone so far the other direction. Before he passed, he didn't even like me. But this guy was a tremendous sports writer. Tony Kornheiser, Mike Wilbon. I mean, the list goes on. Dan Lebatard, Bill Simmons. The list goes on and on. What they did do, though, what they were very good at, is that they were pretending like they knew what they were talking about as it related to Shedeur Sanders. They wouldn't call him Shakur. And they would actually call him Shedeur. They would actually know who they're talking about. To me, this feels like someone put a battery in Denzel's back when you're a celebrity at Denzel's level, all of your friends end up being other celebrities. Sounds to me like he's friends with Deion Sanders and LeBron James, and he doesn't like the way, because I think there's other parts of this where Bronny James was part of this conversation that he was having. He doesn't like the way Bronny James and Shedeur are being talked about. He's friends with Deion and LeBron, and hey, go in there and beat up Stephen A. Smith. Take a little pot shot. Whitlock's more dangerous, so be clever with your pot shot at Whitlock. Whitlock's also very religious, and he'll call you out, Denzel, about you being a Christian and clapping your hands and applauding the Alphabet Mafia crew. So he was very careful in how he came at me. I don't blame him. But clearly, to me, LeBron and Deion, this is my speculation, put a battery in his back. Take some shots at Stephen A. Smith, because Denzel's reputation is pretty spotless with black fans for the most part. He is someone that could criticize Stephen A. Smith and kind of move the needle with black people as how Stephen A. Smith is viewed.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true, but I just find it interesting about people that gatekeep what other people think. Like, if I write something and they say, see, that's the worst article ever, you know what, I'm inclined to think, maybe I had an off night, but I'm not going to ask you how many Pulitzers you've won. You're allowed your opinion. No, seriously. And I think I've told you this before. When boxers on Twitter say stuff like, well, you people have never fought before, it's always about criticism. I've never seen a boxer be told by someone on social media, man, you're one of the greatest I've ever seen. You are pound for pound. That boxer would never say, right, but how many Golden Gloves tournaments have you won? How many world titles have you won? See, that is such a defense mechanism that is really weak. And that's why the default retort needs to be when someone says, I don't agree with your opinion, is two words. Number one, you're allowed to, or two things. And the other one is, yeah, and just end it. Just end it.
While Deion is mentioning Shedeur, let me add this little piece into the Shedeur conversation. This oblique injury that can be a 2 to 4 week, a 4 to 6 week injury, depending upon the severity of it. I actually think this oblique injury is going to do more for Shedeur making the Browns roster than his play against the Carolina Panthers. I think the Browns are in a trick bag. If the guy never plays again during this preseason or during this training camp process, the blowback, if they were to let him go right now, would be incredible. Shedeur has basically secured his spot on the roster, I think, at this point.
Well, first of all, I got to think about me. There goes my Saturday night plans. My God, I was so looking forward to watching Shakur. I mean, Shakur had me intrigued. But now that Shakur is not playing, what am I going to do? Here's the issue, though, Jason. I think now I want to see if Dylan Gable can actually play here. Is he available to play? Hey, Dylan, you're fighting for your NFL life here as far as I'm concerned. Get out there. The greatest ability is availability when you're an unproven rookie. And I'm kind of intrigued by saying, does his game translate? I'm not necessarily a believer in him. But, Jason, I think we have to be honest about this. He played well enough that as of right now, in that pecking order, one guy's not available or wasn't available. Shedeur had some moments. So if you had to say, hey, Steve, if the Browns keep three quarterbacks, who'd be your third guy? For me, it'd be Tupac Shakur Sanders.
No.
What?
You don't throw away your draft process after one preseason game that only one of the quarterbacks participated in. If I invested a third-round pick in a guy, it's going to be a lot more difficult for me to let him go than the fifth-round pick, and I don't care what flashes the fifth-round pick showed. If he done it, if Shedeur looked good in 3 straight preseason games, you got an argument. If he looked good in 2 straight preseason games, you got an argument. The guy looked decent in 1 preseason game. That does not upset, overthrow, overturn my draft evaluation. Like what you saw? Hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the full episode by clicking the link below.